Welcome to Home Field Advantage, SFA's only home for sports nationally, locally, and on campus. I'm your host, Bobby Morrow. This week, we'll be taking a closer look at SFA's women's tennis team and specifically where they come from, the exciting weekend in college football, the Mizzou strike, and what it all means in SFA football. All that and then some coming your way on Home Field Advantage. This past Saturday, the Tide of Alabama rolled right over the previously unbeaten LSU Tigers to hand the Tigers their first loss of the season. Alabama running back Derrick Henry stole the spotlight from LSU's running back Leonard Fournette after rushing for 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. Fournette, the nation's leading rusher, was smothered by the Alabama defense and could only rack up 31 yards on 19 carries. On top of a strong running attack, Alabama quarterback Jake Coker was 18 of 24 for 184 yards. The Tide are trying to regain the ground they lost in the race for the 4 college football playoff spots, and with a 30-16 win over LSU, it looks like they may have proven their point.
The University of Houston Cougars continued their match toward perfection this past Saturday against the Cincinnati Bearcats. The Cougars had a 16-point lead at one point in the game, but in the high-scoring American Athletic Conference, no lead is safe. A couple of late second-half touchdowns by the Bearcats brought Cincinnati to within a field goal with underneath 2 minutes remaining. Before straight incompletions by Bearcat quarterback Gunnar Kiel led to the end of the drive and the victory for Houston. Despite the loss, Kiel had a career day with 523 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Greg Ward Jr. rushed for a game-high 119 yards, and Kenneth Farrow added 106 yards and a touchdown for the Cougars.
It's always a long fall from the top, just ask any TCU football player. TCU went into Stillwater and fell to Oklahoma State 49-29, who remains undefeated. The Horned Frogs' Trayvon Boykin was previously in contention for the coveted Heisman Trophy award, threw for 4 picks, including a pick 6, all of which eclipsed his 444 yards for passing and 3 total touchdowns. This puts Boykin out of the Heisman running and TCU out of the college football playoffs. Oklahoma State remains undefeated and soars to number 5 in the nation, 1 spot out of the playoffs, and TCU falls to number 13.
For the second week in a row, we saw a wild finish in the world of college football to do with laterals. Unranked Arkansas upset the number 18 in the country Ole Miss Rebels on a 4th down play in overtime. This put them down by 1, in which they decided to go for it all on the conversion, making the 2-pointer and completing the miracle win. This play, unlike that seen in the Miami-Duke game, came with no controversy as all of the blocks and laterals were within the rules.
Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors are on a mission to repeat yet another championship season. Proving to be almost unstoppable for the first 2 weeks of the regular season, the Warriors are currently 7-0 and are not showing any signs of slowing down. Reigning MVP Steph Curry is averaging a whopping 33 points a game, and as a team, they're on top of the rankings for points per game and assists per game. The next matchup is the Detroit Pistons Monday, November 9th at 10:30 p.m.
In the Houston Rockets' first 3 games, James Harden's shots just weren't falling, and he only scored slightly more than 20% of the Rockets' points. In the next 4 games, all wins, Harden scored 34% of the Rockets' points. But now that the Rockets are catching fire, they are looking to take the number 1 spot in the Southwest Division over the San Antonio Spurs. The next time we will see the Rockets in action will be on Wednesday, November 11th at 8 p.m.
SFA traveled to Central Arkansas this past weekend. Quarterback Zach Conk had 2 total touchdowns, 1 rushing and 1 passing. Conk connected with running back Joshua West for a 45-yard score down the left side of the field. Joshua West had 90 rushing yards in total, and he broke a long 47-yard rush in the 3rd quarter, which set up a Lumberjacks score. Yet the Lumberjacks fall 36-24 and are now 3-4 in the conference.
SFA volleyball hosted the Lamar Cardinals Tuesday night trying to get another conference win. 6-foot freshman Mackenzie Hanna had herself a game, and 6'1" junior Justice Walker provided many spikes throughout the contest. SFA won the match winning in 4 games. SFA is now 10-4 in their conference and takes on Abilene Christian this Thursday night here at 6:30.
When we return, we'll take a closer look at SFA's women's tennis team that might as well be an embassy. Stick around. Did you know that all 6 members of the SFA women's tennis squad are all from different countries? And none of them are from the U.S. We sent our very own Philly Galindo to the courts to take a look.
SFA has great pride in the athleticism of its students. Tennis will be among the strengths of SFA sports as a select group of young women have been assembled to test and strengthen their own ability to bring glory to the university. From Venezuela, Austria, Spain, Ukraine, Argentina, and the state of Florida, each of these players has arrived to Nacogdoches from a different part of the world.
It's kind of fun being on a team where every single person comes from a different place. You learn so many different things, and the language is also something that's pretty fun, like getting to hear other people talk different languages in between themselves, and so it's pretty fun.
SFA has welcomed John McLaughlin as the new head women's tennis coach. McLaughlin has 15 years of coaching and teaching experience in tennis. Spending the past season as an assistant coach at Tulane University, McLaughlin helped create one of the biggest turnarounds in the nation, taking a team that went 5-20 in 2014 to 17-9 in 2015. It's safe to say that McLaughlin's experience only further ensures the success of each player individually when it's no longer off-season. Today, the players will have only one more session together.
If it's not going right, you have to push through. That's basically one of the main things I learned. And also, I learned how it is to be in a team. Because I mean, yeah, I played tennis before, but you're always kind of, when you play tournaments, you're on your own. And now, like, you're in a team, but like, and you learn how you grow together, and whatever you do, it affects others too. So these are basically, I think, the two main things.
These women look to each other to better themselves through training and communication. Not only overcoming the odds in competitive tennis, but also the struggles of entering a new country and university.
Mi experiencia ha sido increíble. La verdad que desde el primer momento que llegué, la gente se porta súper bien, son súper afables, cariñosos. Si no entiendes una cosa, siempre están dispuestos a traducirte o a hacer que te entiendas las cosas. Y el equipo es genial, el equipo es increíble, o sea, son todas increíbles y me gusta mucho, la verdad.
For a traditional small town in East Texas, Nacogdoches always has room for new cultures to be welcomed and celebrated through SFA. And it appears that SFA's women's tennis has a bright future to look forward to. From Home Field Advantage, I'm Fili Galindo.
Welcome back. I'm joined by Hunter Boyd and athlete enthusiasts whose main clients are prospects for the NFL. What's up, Hunter? How you doing?
How's it going?
Man. Okay, so around like this time last year, I believe, you started something called Grind Life Fitness. And what is Grind Life Fitness? What motivates you to make Grind Life Fitness?
Basically, I started out my freshman year of college. I played football growing up, but I had some career-ending injuries, so I had to find a second love. So, I mean, the closest thing to football was working out to me because, I mean, we lived in football. So I came to school and was just working out, kept going, lost a lot of weight. And people kept asking me, what are you doing? How do you do it? Can you teach me? So I went home for a year, really learned the kinesiology way, training, eating right, all that. And then I started helping out one of our family friends. And then he said I had a passion for it. So I went with it, came back to school, and then it picked up from there.
Yeah. So earlier this year, on May 16, 2015, you was in a car with your friend, Calvin, who we all know, and y'all had a tragic accident where you ended up having surgery and both y'all in the hospital. What has it been since that accident, how trying to get yourself back together to train others?
It's easy training others, but I think just setting the example with people seeing me everywhere I go. I'm always working out. People see me in the yard with my lunchbox, my water gallon. So just trying to keep the example, I think that's the hardest. Training people, I don't have a problem. I mean, it's easy to sit there and tell somebody what to do, motivate them, keep pushing them. But me doing it, I mean, I'm not the same person I was before the car wreck. I mean, I was out all summer. I was on bed rest for a month and a half. I had surgery, a steel plate put in my wrist, 6 inches, 6 screws, 3 on each side. And I didn't get to go through rehab. I actually put myself through rehab just because of
That's cool.
how much it costs to go through rehab at the hospital. So I did lose a lot of weight, though. I lost 20 pounds of muscle, so I'm not as big as I used to be. So, I mean, it's an experience, but I think it's a good experience.
What did you learn about yourself through going through that experience?
I'm still determined. I mean, I remember when I had a first big major setback, it was when I tore my shoulder and I got 18 screws put in it in high school. I mean, I was depressed. I just felt bad for myself. But this time when I had surgery, I mean, my dad tried to keep me in the house, keep me in the bed. I was trying to go jogging. I was trying to do something active just because I knew I didn't want to go through all that all over again.
Man, that's good. Now, you train Gordon, who everybody at SFA campus loves. We all love Gordon. He's an inspiration to this campus. And y'all like brothers. We've seen the videos on social media. You're with them every step of the way. Let's talk about Gordon. What's going on with him?
My man Gordon, he's something special, I can tell you that. A lot of people, he inspires a lot of people. I mean, he inspires people back in Dallas that don't even go here, don't even know him. They say, man, just watching y'all work together, y'all's vibe, y'all communicate with each other, it's something special and inspires them to be great and carry that drive through everything they do. I mean, we can come up with excuses left and right. Gordon, he don't come up with excuses. So, I mean, I try to preach to everybody. Don't come up with excuses. I mean, people have it way harder than we do. Gordon don't sleep. Gordon probably goes to sleep at like 2, wakes up at 4, and starts his day. He goes to school. I mean, he doesn't baby himself. I mean, he's a normal human being. That's how we all look at Gordon. That's how I definitely look at Gordon. And I push him as a normal human being. People say, you're too hard on his workouts. No, Gordon wants to be treated like that. You treat him any different, he's going to look at you and yell at you. Don't treat me any different. He just got a little motor car that he drives. He don't have to walk all day like us. So, I mean, Gordon's very inspirational. I know, I think next week we got to walk the football bleachers. So that's another milestone for him.
What day and when?
I want to say it's November 17th, the Tuesday. It's next Tuesday, I think. I mean, y'all see it on social media. I promote everything, so I'm sure everybody will see it.
Yeah, you do promote a lot of stuff on social media. So, yeah, what do you hope to like come out of Grind Life Fitness like?
Basically, it's something small right now. I mean, it's got a great buzz, especially. I mean, I know a lot of my homeboys play college ball and NFL around. So, I mean, they know about it. They know how I started it. Basically, my main goal to do is open up my own training facility and gym. I want it separated because as an athlete going home, going to your 24-hour fitness, your LA fitness, all that, you don't get that same mindset.
Okay. Honeybee, real quick, where can we find Grind Life Fitness at?
You can reach me at grindlife24_7 at yahoo.com, or you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at glfitness24_7.
Okay, Honeybee, thank you for your time. Thanks again for joining us today. Coming up, we'll have a group discussion about what's going on in the world of sports.
Welcome back to Home Field Advantage. I'm now joined by Lathan Washington and once again, John Brewer. Welcome back. You're becoming a regular on the debate segment now.
It's true. I enjoy this spot.
We enjoy having you here, and this is now. How many times have you been on here now? Twice, 3 times.
The first official visit here. Last time was my unofficial visit.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So this is your official visit. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. We gotta say we hop into this, huh?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's go with the big one then. TCU.
Oh my goodness.
TCU.
Oh my goodness.
It was the last chance for me being a Texas native saying, okay, Texas has one more shot at the College National Championship. Well, that's no longer. Looks like we're going to have to give it to another state again.
I'm so mad because, like, when the college football rankings came out, TCU was ranked number 8, and I was very upset. I was like, they should be offended they're ranked number 8. And it looked like they were right against Oklahoma State, which I don't know how they keep doing it, but they keep winning.
Oklahoma State? Oh, man, yeah.
They keep winning, dude.
They're doing great. They're doing absolutely great.
My Longhorns should have beat them, but we ain't going to talk about that because I'm proud.
I mean, they're number 5 now. They're 1 out of the playoffs. And who saw that coming? Anybody who's an Oklahoma State fan, obviously.
Yeah.
College football fans, we gotta remember it's college football.
That's true.
Everybody
That's
remembers
true.
the Appalachian State-Michigan game at any week.
Hey, I'm sure you remember that one.
Anything can happen. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna revisit that. I still have nightmares.
It's okay. It's okay. Michigan fan over
But
here.
man, it's college football. Everybody coming in who's a college football fan knew that Oklahoma State came in to prove something. Their quarterback Walsh, he's a monster, running and pass. He's a dual threat quarterback that's really under the radar because of all the the top dog talent like Boykin. And honestly, I wasn't surprised when I saw Oklahoma State take down TCU.
Oh wow.
I'm not gonna say I wasn't surprised. I mean, I don't know.
Flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted. That happened.
It was.
I'm not gonna tell no
It's a
story.
good word.
Good vocabulary today.
Thank you.
Good
I've been reading.
vocabulary
I've
today.
been reading.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, Texas native. I wish TCU would have won.
Yeah.
But I guess the Okies can have one. So
Just one.
Just one. All right, now to Michigan State now.
Oh yay.
To Michigan.
Oh yes.
Let them have it. Go for it.
Needed
Go.
this.
Go.
Michigan State needed to lose after that Michigan win. After Michigan pretty much handed them that game, Michigan State deserved this loss. And it was to Nebraska, and Nebraska has no chance to take care of the Big Ten. And you know what that means? That means it's Michigan's ball game because they're going to take out Ohio State. And who else? Was it Iowa?
Are you talking about pineapple?
No chance that Iowa's going to step in and beat Michigan or Ohio State whenever they play. So I'm glad Michigan State is forever out of the picture.
Did you say you're gonna take care of Ohio State?
Wait, Ohio State.
Pineapple.
Yes.
Stop.
Ohio State.
Ohio State,
No,
the Buckeyes,
that's not
the
gonna
defending
happen.
champs. Their quarterback
Not gonna
bundle. Oh
happen.
my goodness.
How are they going to beat them?
How
How?
are they going to beat them? Because
Please, I
Michigan has the
wanna
number
know.
one defense in the nation. Ohio State doesn't know week in and week out who their quarterback's going to be.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Cardale
point.
Jones, I don't
But
care how many games he wins, how many national
they-
championships he wins. He's a third-string quarterback, and he's going up against
Who
the
won
num-
a national
He's
championship?
going
He
up
was
against the
undefeated,
number
bro.
one defense in
He
the
was
nation.
undefeated. He beat Alabama.
Oh, that's
Bama.
crazy, because we haven't seen Alabama lose before? That's a shocker.
Bam, a third-string quarterback going up against Alabama. Come
Okay,
on now.
you remember when,
Who thought was gonna
you remember
win
when
that
Colin
game?
Kaepernick
This is
came
great.
into the NFL?
I love being
gonna
in the
win
middle
the
of
game.
this.
You remember when Colin Kaepernick came into the NFL?
Yeah.
Nobody knew what he had, so he dominated. So he dominated the game. And now that everybody's figured out Cardale Jones and his big body Ben Roethlisberger type of style, people are stopping him.
But
and Michigan's gonna be the best at doing it.
JT, okay, I think JT Perry might start this weekend now.
Oh, he will.
He might start.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
Braxton
Money,
Will
but
looks like
doesn't.
he's good at the wide receiver position.
He's
looking great.
He's doing really well.
If
going
Barrett
really
starts
well.
this week, I'm not looking at Ohio State the same way ever
And then
again.
Ezekiel Elite. Do not forget this man was breaking records. No, I don't think he broke a record, but he was dominating that Oregon defense.
Okay,
in
I
that
will say,
championship game.
I do like Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
One of
he's
the
a
best
beast.
running backs
He's
in
just
the
a
Okay.
beast.
NCAA.
He's
just a
I like
So we
him.
can all agree on that at least.
Elliott's a monster.
That man
Freak.
he's a grown man. He's hooping. That's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
all right.
He's
All right,
hooping.
let's stick with college football here for a second because I like where this conversation's going. And let's get a little bit more intense though. 4 playoff teams.
Oh my goodness.
4 playoff teams.
Right, okay. Who they have?
Well, right now,
Clemson,
right now it's
Clemson,
Clemson, Ohio
Clemson,
State, Bama, and Baylor.
I mean, there's no point in saying Ohio State. They're gonna find a loss.
They're not.
So
They're gonna
Okay.
find a loss.
they're gonna find a loss.
You really hate
So
Ohio
really,
State,
it's
bro.
Clemson, Alabama.
Okay.
Who else was it? Baylor,
Baylor,
and
okay.
Oklahoma State. I don't see Oklahoma
You see
State.
State?
Yeah, because they're 5 and they're gonna move
Yeah,
up to 4.
Oklahoma State's in 5, like you. Yeah,
And I don't see Oklahoma
No.
State lasting that long in the
No,
top 4
absolutely not.
either.
Okay.
And if they do, let's be honest, can they match up with either of the 3 teams that are
No
going to be?
chance.
Absolutely not.
Defenses are way too stout.
Absolutely
Baylor,
not.
okay, Baylor is gonna just they're gonna dominate them. They're gonna put up points.
Really?
Baylor.
so.
Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor.
Oh, great offense, huh?
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember the last time
Great
Oregon, they had a great offense, right?
Yeah.
I remember the last time they had a great offense, but Oregon played
Baylor's
against
gonna
a
play
top-tier
deep.
defense.
Baylor's gonna play defense, man.
Oh, they can?
Baylor's gonna play deep. Trust me. Baylor's gonna
right.
show up when it matters. They
I
do
can't
all
wait
the
to see
time.
Okay.
Baylor play a really tough team this year.
Now hold on. Who do you guys? I want to tell me who do you think is gonna be in though?
I'm not gonna lie, man.
I mean,
I'm a fan of dominance, and year after year after year after year, you are, unbelievably idiotic if you really count out Alabama.
unfortunately, and I had to be honest.
I think Alabama. I say number 4. I'm gonna give it number 4. They really impressed me. They showed me some. They're
Okay,
mean.
I'm gonna write these down. So we have Bama at
They're
4.
mean.
Do we agree at Bama at
Bama
4? Bama is at 4.
Okay, can we agree Clemson number 1?
I say Clemson 1. I gotta be honest. Clemson's number 1.
Clemson's proven they're number 1.
Hold on. Deshaun Watson, he has 2,223 yards per game and 21 touchdowns with a 69.7 passing completion percentage.
All right.
That's unbelievable.
So Clemson 1.
He's balling.
Real quick. 2 and 3. Who do you got?
2 and 3.
I'm Baylor. I think Baylor number 3.
Baylor number 3?
You're going to take Baylor number 3?
I don't know about that one.
I'll take Baylor at number 3. No one's going to outscore them until they get to a really tough defense, and they're not going to do that until the playoffs.
I gotta be honest. Ohio State number 2. Okay.
You don't think Ohio State's going to lose?
Okay, guys, we gotta move. I'm sorry. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
You're right.
Good,
Now, like we said, that's not set in stone, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
They still have Michigan and then the Big Ten
But-
championship, but that's for another.
Because the only reason I'm moving on so quick is because I want to get to this subject because this is such a big thing that's going on, not just in college football, just in the country right now.
Oh yeah, this is all
With
over the news.
Missouri's football team going on strike. What do you have to say about this one, Lathan?
Okay, this, it was shocking to hear this, and, I'm saying, why are they going on strike? And then I find out that he said a racial slur, which
Who's he?
the president of Missouri, Tim Wolf.
Tim Wolf, the president of the University of Missouri.
Said a racial slur, and the players, he said a racial slur about certain African-American players on there, and so they went on strike. They said they're not going to play. We're not going to participate in any football activities until he's resigned.
And they should have. They should have.
He resigned, but this has been a problem at Missouri now. Back in September, Peyton Head, Missouri. He's the Missouri Student Association president and an African American. He was racially abused while walking down the street. And then back in October, at the members of the Legion of Black Collegians, some students were writing racial slurs again, which you're not going to say. So it's been a problem that they have to fix. The NCAA has to fix the problem in Missouri.
This just shows, and we were talking about this before, the power of a football team.
Yeah.
This shows the power of a football team. They said we're not gonna play, we're not gonna practice, and then the coach said I'm not gonna call a practice. And then what happens? The faculty of Missouri, University of Missouri, they say we're not gonna do anything for 2 days.
And that makes a lot of sense, and that really shows the power of a football team. Can you imagine coming towards the future of college football players saying, we're not going to play until you supply us medical support. Even after we get done playing college, even if we don't go to the NFL, the NCAA has to support us with health benefits even after the game. Imagine if teams all over conferences started doing that. It shows how powerful players are.
College football. Good on. I mean, if the players want something bad enough, they could shut down college football.
Oh, most definitely. Because without the players, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
They're going to get random college students to come out there and play on Saturdays? No.
Let me throw this stat out there. The Missouri football team.
This will be our last thing. On this real quick.
42 of their 64 players are African American.
How many?
42 of their 64 players.
42 of 64 are African American.
They would not.
That's why they want to take a stand.
Yeah,
exactly why.
Half a football team.
Now, we're just sticking with college football, but let's move it down a little bit. Let's keep it local. So it's SFA football.
Okay.
All right. What are we thinking about it now? What are we thinking?
I watched the game on TV. Honestly, I heard a bunch of people talking about Zach Conk this, Zach Conk that. The dude didn't play bad. He completed half of the passes, 2 interceptions. One of the interceptions was not his fault. He's a big body guy. And I love the way that his dad, the head coach, is still relying on him. What is it? First and goal, second goal, third and goal. They give it to Conk every single time, and he finds a way in the end zone because he's 6'6", 244. He's not running out of faith in Conk. I think he's a really good quarterback, honestly.
SFA, they gotta do better on the defensive end and in the red zone. They went to red zone, in the first 4 attempts at red zone, 3 of them were field goals, and a lot of them were within the 10-yard line and within, so they have to do a better job of when they get in the red zone, taking advantage of the end zone and not just selling for the 3 points.
Yeah.
And then the secondary, they got to do some people in the secondary, man.
You said it. I mean, it's more of a broad thing. It's the defense. The defense needs to, has to get better. Has to get better, and we have to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, stop turning the ball over.
And once you do that, it sounds like it's such an easy thing to do, but they have to do it.
Football's a game of turnovers.
Guys, I hear the buzzer in my ear right now. We're out of time on this one. So that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at SFA_HFA for the latest updates on the Lumberjacks and from around the state. And be sure to nominate a student athlete you know for our weekly Aspire for Greatness Award, where we highlight the winner on next week's show for excelling beyond the field, whether that be in the community, classroom, in their family life, or otherwise. Just tag them with the hashtag Aspire for Greatness.